The Supreme Court seemed closely divided Tuesday over whether the First Amendment protects a Colorado baker from creating a wedding cake for a same-sex couple, with Justice Anthony M. Kennedy likely to cast the deciding vote. Kennedy, who wrote the court's 5-4 decision in 2015 saying gay couples have a constitutional right to marry, speculated about what might happen if a decision in Baker Jack C. Phillips' favor prompted requests for bakers across the country to refuse to make cakes for same-sex couples. Would the federal government feel vindicated? Kennedy asked. On the flip side, just moments later, Kennedy sharply questioned Colorado Solicitor General Frederick R. Yarger. The justice seemed offended by a comment made during the deliberations of the Colorado Civil Rights Commission when one commissioner said, "And to me it is one of the most despicable pieces of rhetoric that people can use to use their religion to hurt others." At one point, Kennedy and some conservative justices raised the possibility that the proceedings against Baker Jack C. Phillips had been infected by bias. The rest of the court seemed to line up as expected. Liberal justices worried that an exception for Phillips would gut public accommodations laws that require businesses to serve the public without discriminating because of race, gender, religion and, in the case of Colorado and more than 20 other states, sexual orientation. Justice Stephen G. Breyer said the court did not want to undermine every single civil rights law. The court's conservatives were concerned with what Justice Samuel A. Alito Jr. said was a disturbing record from the Colorado Civil Rights Commission and the Colorado Court of Appeals, which ruled against Phillips. The Tribune reported a cake artist in Colorado refuses on religious grounds to sell his wedding cakes to same-sex couples. "I've been to many weddings, including my own, and most of them had cake. But I've never seen the baker take part in any wedding. Unless the religious beliefs of bakers are." The Tribune reported a cake artist in Colorado refuses on religious grounds to sell his wedding cakes to same-sex couples. "I've been to many weddings, including my own, and most of them had cake. But I've never seen the baker take part in any wedding. Unless the religious beliefs of bakers are." That raised the possibility that the case could be returned. But they also seemed sympathetic to Phillips' argument that, as a cake artist, the law violates his freedom of expression to create a custom cake for a same-sex wedding. His religious beliefs teach that marriage is only between a man and a woman. David D. Cole, legal director for the American Civil Liberties Union, which represents the couple, Charlie Craig and David Mullins, acknowledged there were complicated issues, but they did not apply to Phillips' decision that he would not create a cake for the couple. "All he knew was that they were gay," Cole said. Several of the liberal justices questioned what other types of business owners would be exempt if the court made an exception for Phillips. "Who else is an artist?" asked Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.